Hello everyone. In the previous video we talked about the macros and how we can record the macro. The macro is a tool in the Excel that record our steps into the VBA programming codes automatically. So with our macros, if we go macro and we be in the sheet 1 and then we run our macro, we had this procedure that copy paste these value from the sheets 1 into the sheet 2. However, we talk about that this macro have some errors, which means that if I be in the sheet 3, for example, and then I run the macro, these values, these empty values from sheet 3 will be copy pasted into the sheet 2. In this video, we want to see how we can edit the macros into whatever we need to be. So for example, in this macro, I just want the values from the sheet 1 be copy pasted into the sheet 2. So whenever if I be in the sheet 4, for example, if I created another sheet 4, and then I write for example EFG, and then I run the macro, I do not want these value be copy pasted into the sheet 2, but right now it's copy pasting by this macro. So we need to edit this macro. We need to go to the macro views and then press edit, and then we see the VBA IDE, which stands for Integrated Developing Environment, which means that this is the environment for you to develop a VBA codes. So as you can see, a macro is actually just the codes that recorded step by step what we done in the Excel into the codes. For example, if before we edit this macro, let's see how this code works. In this video, I do not want to introduce you different parts of the idea of the VBA. We will introduce these parts in the next video. So in this video, just focus on these codes which is written here, and let's see how we can edit that simply and fast to get our result to have just copy pasting values from sheet 1 into the sheet 2. So these are the comments that are in the green, and these will be not run in the macro. These are just some description for you. And then in the first black line, you can see it says that range A to A3 dot select, which means that if you be in whatever sheets you are, it's the speed of the name of the sheets. Whenever you be, the range A1 into the A3 will be selected. After it's select, it says that selection copy. So it means that when it select this range, it's press the Ctrl C to copy these values into the computer memory. After it's copy these selections, it goes to the sheets 2 and then select these sheets. So it goes to the sheets 2. Actually by mouse, it's just like you select the sheets 2. You do nothing and just select the sheet 2. After you select the sheets 2, it says that range A1 to be selected. So the VBA, the computer will select the range A1 just like this. And then it says that active sheet paste. It means that in the active sheet, which is the sheet 2, press Ctrl V to paste these values. So it pastes this value, these empty values, into the sheets 2 if you be in the sheet 3. So if you be in the sheet 4, these value will be copy pasted into the sheet 2. So right now I just want to have the sheet 1 values be copy pasted into the sheets 2. So how I can do that? Just simply see this code. When you see this code, when it's want to paste the value, it goes to the sheets 2. So I can select sheet 1 first. So wherever I be, just by running this macro, the sheet 1 be selected. So copy this code, this line of code, and paste it into the first code. So in this code, I say that just sheet 2 be selected. I need this one to be sheet 1, so I just change it to the name of the sheet 1, and now I'm saying to the macro, to the Excel, that sheet 1 be selected, and then range A1 to the A3 be selected. So if you run this macro, if you come here, you are now in the sheets, for example 4. And if you run this macro, I expect that the sheet 1 first be selected and then paste the sheet 1 value into the sheet 2. So go to the view macros, run your macro. As you can see, the values from sheets 1 copy pasted into the sheets 2. Because the macro is so fast, you didn't recognize that the sheet 1 has been selected and then copies the values are copied and then pasted to the sheet 2, because the macro is so fast. But it does just like that. It just go to the sheet 1, copy this value and paste it to the sheet 1. So right now I know that wherever I be, when I run my macro, the sheet 1 will be selected and the values from the sheet 1 will be copy pasted into the sheets 2. So we edit our macro, and now in the next video I wanna go through the idea of VBA, because through this course we need to learn how to code the VBA by yourself or edit the macros professionally. This is just the simple macro that you can have in the VBA. So in the next video we talk about this window, the different part of this window, and then in the next videos in the course we go through the coding in the VBA. So until next video, goodbye. In order to watch more training videos, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Diako Ltd. And if you want to see our products, please visit our website, diako.co.uk.